down. Okay. So just be comfortable. Set yourself up so your body feels like it can really relax. And feel free to bend your knees, or if you want to put your hands on your belly or your chest or anything like that, it's totally fine. And then just take a moment to feel your body here on the mat. Let it settle. And we'll take a couple of breaths together. So inhaling through your nose. Filling the belly, expanding the ribs, holding the breath as you get to the top. Soften your shoulders. Open your mouth to exhale. And just let the breath pour out through the mouth. Let the belly drop back. And do that again. Inhale through the nose, big breath. And as you get to the top, just hold it. Just hold it in. Try and relax into that. And then release it, exhale. We'll do that one more time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhaling. And again, the biggest breath, right? Pouring the breath in, holding it, relaxing. And this time, let's see if you can inhale a little bit more. Try and sip in a little bit more breath. Yeah. And out through the mouth, exhale. Releasing the breath, softening the belly. And then start to come into your Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Yeah, nice steady breath. Inhale and exhale. So we'll just keep using this breath as we move through the practice. So it's pretty easy to drop into a nice steady breath when we're just lying here and we're not doing anything. But it definitely gets, you know, as we start to move and do stuff, it gets more challenging to stay with this nice steady breath. So we'll just keep trying to come back to it. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's take a stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Oh, stretch your legs out nice and long. Oh, let your torso stretch. Let's take a little lean over to the right and just get a little extra stretch on the left side. You can grab your left wrist in your right hand and just kind of give yourself a little pull. And back to center. Let's do that going the other way. Just easy, grabbing onto the right wrist with the left hand as you lean over to the left. Just give yourself a little extra side body stretch. Coming back to center, let's circle the arms and hug the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze, maybe rock a little bit side to side. Cross the low back. All right. And then nice and easy, drop your knees over to the left. Take a twist. Yeah, I'm just messing with this. Yeah, knees over to the left. Mm-hmm. Reach out through the right arm, that's it. That's it. Good morning. And back up to center. Take an inhale. Take the knees over to the right. Drop them down. Peel the left arm open. Easy twist. Just let your shoulder melt down towards them. And coming back up to center. Send your feet up towards the ceiling. Just straighten your legs or get them as straight as they'll go because maybe your hamstrings aren't ready for that. But if this is going well, pull your legs in towards you and we'll get a little more stretch in the back. Yeah. And if you want, you can turn the toes out, bring the feet out wide to the sides, get a little stretch in the inner thighs, and a tiny bit close to the wall, kind of bumping the wall right now. Okay, bring the legs back together. There we go. All right, keep them up. Heels, at least for now to start, over your hips. And let's bring the hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers. Soften the ribs in. So we'll press the low back down into the floor. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Yeah. So you feel your abs engage a little bit. And we'll let's lower the left heel to the floor. And pull your right leg, I mean, just, you know, as much as your leg will move on its own, but bring it in towards you. So maybe a little bit more abs. Yeah, just hover the heel over the floor. Let's switch sides. Hover the right heel, pull the left leg in. Not with your hands, but you know. One more breath here, maybe lift a little higher. And then both legs up and come on down. Soften your belly. Relax for a moment. Okay. That's good for you. All right, legs up. Legs up. We're doing another one. Similar but different. So heels over your hips, hands behind your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders. Yeah, come on up. So this time we're going to go out to the sides. So just, I don't know, maybe separate your feet about 2 feet apart. Yeah, so they're not as far apart as they can go, but a little bit wide. Yeah, Clarita, separate your feet a little bit. Yeah, yeah. More out to the sides. Out to the sides. Out. Yes. And then let's do a little bit wider if you can. Try and keep your head and shoulders off the floor. And maybe a little bit wider. Now this is sort of depends on your flexibility, but they'll go however wide they go. Ooh, your abs. If it's possible, pull your toes towards your shoulders. Right, try and lift your hips up off the floor. Take one more breath. Ooh. And then everything down. Come all the way down, 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 down. Oh. I know. Soften your belly. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. One more. One more. So legs up. And this time, it's going to get a little squeezy. And it may help to have a little bit of a bend in the knees. But if you can have your legs straight. All right, here we go. So take an inhale. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders. And then we're trying with the legs together this time to see if we can get the hips to lift a little bit off the floor, right? And we're trying to just hold them lifted. So the legs come in and, right, the hips are not gonna lift a tremendous amount. Right, however much, just pulling the legs in, trying to peel the sacrum off the floor. Yeah, I know. Breathe here. Hopefully you feel your lower abdominals. And come on. Oh, my abs. Yeah, send your legs out long. You can wiggle waggle the feet a little bit side to side. Just take a breath here. Appreciate that you have nice strong abdominals. That could do that for you. And let's come up to hands and knees and do some cat-cow, and we'll stretch that out a bit. So for today, let's set up so that we have a kind of longer space instead of stacking and coming into a regular tabletop. Hands a little wide and forward. And so as you inhale, draw the heart forward, let the hips melt down, and do a kind of easy cobra pose, up dog. You can circle the shoulders a little bit if you like. Stretch the belly. Good. And then press back. Round the spine. Hips towards the heels. You don't have to get all the way into child's pose, but just press about halfway back. Oh. And then coming forward again. As you come forward, round the spine. Tuck the tailbone under. Really rolling through that cat pose. And then let the hips melt down. You can bend the elbows. Oh, circle the shoulders. Maybe lean a little bit side to side. All right. And then take it back. Round the spine. Yeah, sitting the hips back. Stretching through the fingertips so the arms are nice and long. Oh, And one more time, coming forward. Mount the hips down towards the floor. Stretch your belly. Hug the elbows in. And last time, press back. Stretch back. This time, let's take it all the way back. Let your hips come back to your heels. This way you can relax your arms and really soften. Take a breath or two, relaxing in the child's pose. And, you can rest here anytime you need to. So if as we're moving and doing all this stuff, you just need a break, child's pose is a really nice place to just catch your breath and calm things down. Okay, so use that as needed, but let's come up and come to downward facing dog. Get a little more stretchy. Hands forward, shoulder distance, tuck your toes, lift your hips. So as you come into your down dog, if you want to pedal out the heels or if you want to shake out your head, anything like that, feel free. Yeah. All right, and then steadying the body, smooth out your breath. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs and the sides of the body. Press the thighs back. Pull your kneecaps up. Inhale. Exhale, gazing forward. Let's bring the feet to the hands. Walk forward. If you want to take a little jump, you can jump forward. Inhale, lift the chest, come halfway up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, firm your glutes, lift the chest, sweep the arms out wide. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Take a moment, drop your gaze, or close your eyes. Gazing at the tops of the fingertips, your eyes closed, setting an intention for practice. So this may be reaffirming why you decided to step on your mat this morning. Or maybe you have an intention in mind, or you can always offer up your practice. All right. Take a breath, inhale. Side out, exhale. Release the hands down. Let's turn the palms out. Take a big stretch. Reach out and up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Come all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, come all the way up. Hold it up. And kind of like we did when we were lying on the floor, grab your left wrist in your right hand and go up and over to the right side. So you feel your left side get nice and long. And then if you want, you can pick your left foot up and step it across the right foot and get a little more. Yeah, to the other side. Maybe you can turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Coming back to center, uncross the legs. Switch the grip, so grabbing the right wrist and the left hand, go up to the sky and lean over to the left. Try to keep the shoulders in line with each other. The top shoulder wants to kind of roll a little forward. So try not to do that, and then we'll step the right foot across to the opposite side. Stand in that foot. Maybe turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Take one last breath in the stretch. Coming back to center. Uncross, release the grip, look up, inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold in half, come all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway, send the heart forward, firm the legs. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back with the right foot, step back with your left foot, and we're in our first plank pose. Yay. Just think yay every time you get into plank. Someday, maybe you'll really feel that. Fake it till you make it, you know? All right. Lean forward, inhale. Exhale, let's lower all the way down. Lie on your belly, flatten your feet. Reach your hands back by your hips. Curl the tailbone under, lift up, Shalabhasana. Lift your head, your chest, lift your legs. Press the thigh bones. Lower on down. Exhale. Hug the legs in so they stay relatively close to each other. Curl the tailbone under and float up. Lift the head, the chest. Lift the legs, the arms. Good. Sweep the arms overhead. Reaching through the fingertips. Take one more breath. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come on down. Woo. Soften the back body. Relax your shoulders. I'm going to do that one more time. We'll just start from here with the arms overhead. So turning the palms so they're facing each other, like you're karate chopping the floor. Soften your shoulders away from your neck. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale. Lift the head, the chest, lift the legs, lift your arms. Right, can you pick the arms up by your ears? Get your shoulders away from your neck. Take one more breath, press the thighs up, lift your chest, and come on down. Oh my goodness. Oof. Wiggle the hips, take a moment. Just appreciate the work of that glorious back bend, Shalabhasana. It's not fancy, but it's good for you. Okay, plant your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Again, the shoulders away from your neck. Pressing to knees plank or regular plank. Hug the belly in. Press the floor away. Come on up. And back to downward facing dog. Okay. Very nice. Stretch the back of the legs. That should feel pretty good after that Shalabhasana. Or those Shalabhasanas, I should say. All right, one more big breath to stretch back. Inhale. Exhale, shift the gaze forward, walk or float your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, firm the glutes, come all the way up. Exhale, pull the hands through the midline. Let's keep going. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale. All the breath out. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bending the knees, plant the hands, big step left foot, big step right foot. Coming into your plank pose, top of a push-up. Good, breathe here, a couple more breaths. Why is my tea so far away? That's the bonus about being the teacher. I get to sip some tea. One more breath. And then all the way down, bending the elbows. Woo, all the way to the floor. Yay. More yay. All right, this one, cobra pose. Curl the tailbone under, lift the head, the chest. Hug the elbows in. Try and draw the heart through your arms. And lengthen forward and down. So we'll do that 2 more times. You can lift up as high as it feels good. Be nice to your lower back. Curl the tailbone. Scoop the heart forward. Use your shoulder blades. Yeah. One more breath. And lengthen and lower. One more like that. Keep the legs close. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Curl the tailbone under. Scoop the heart forward and up. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Right, chest is wide. As much as you're hugging the elbows in, expand the chest through the arms. Yeah. Back to down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Right up and back. Okay. Steady the breath. Smooth it out. Take one more inhale. Stretch back. Start to shift the gaze forward as you exhale. Lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or float your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. All the way up from the glutes. Rise up. Inhale. Exhale, hands through the midline, and let's keep going. Hands down, palms out, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. You can keep stepping back, or if you want to jump back, feel free to float the feet back. Tailbone under. This time, maybe halfway to the floor, chaturanga, to upward facing dog. Right, straighten the arms, hips off the floor, back. Yeah, downward facing dog. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna go get my hair clipped 1 second. My hair is starting a little crazy. I knew right where it was. Okay, so stretch back. Get nice and long. Sorry. I gotta clip my hair. Take an inhale. And we'll bring our feet to our hands. Exhale, jump the feet forward, walk the feet forward from your downward facing dog. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, all the way up. My hair off my face, thank God. Hands to your heart. So one more time like that. Surya Namaskar. Hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands are down, step or float it back. Maybe chaturanga or the floor. And you can keep doing cobra pose, or if you want to lift up off the floor, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Feel free to sigh the breath out. Shake your head out. Stretch back, inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands, halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale, rise, inhale, and exhale. Okay. All right, releasing the hands down, soften the shoulders down, inhale. Exhale, bend, inhale, Utkatasana. Your favorite. So squeeze the glutes, get a little space between your knees. And if your feet are apart, your knees should be as wide apart as your feet are, even if it's an inch. Yes. Lengthen up through the pinky edges of the hands. Soften the tips of the ribs in. Take one more breath here, maybe looking up. Inhale. Fold, exhale. Empty the breath. Inhale. Lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands are down. Step back, jump back through your vinyasa. This thing. Okay. It's okay. It takes time for sure. It takes time. Yeah, don't even worry. Chaturanga is not easy. It's really difficult.
But I can't go down.
You know, you can practice, just as a little side note here, from your plank, just so that you get the strength building. If it helps to drop your knees down, curl the tailbone, and then maybe from here you can slowly lower, and then just get all the way to the floor, but with control. Then you can start to straighten your legs and lower with control. Right, hug your elbows in. And I would say a quick chaturanga tutorial or chaturanga building tutorial. Knees down, lean forward so that your elbow is over your wrist. You want a nice little lean. You feel like you're forward of your wrist. And then bend. Oh, right, and lower down. And just work on the lowering with control. And then once you can, maybe on your knees, you can practice the stopping halfway. And then take it the rest of the way. Then straighten your legs, hug your elbows in. Yeah, keep the elbows in. It's actually a stronger, more stable position to get a little external rotation, which means elbows in. Yeah. Stable for the shoulder the shoulder socket. Okay, we'll play with that a little bit more, but let's do down dog right now. Let's do down dog. No, it's fine. I mean, you know, what's nice about being in person with someone, you know? No problem. Okay, let's bring the feet a little closer together, and then we'll send the right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. Enjoy the stretch of that. Sink the left heel down. All right, and then squaring it up. Straighten the leg. Take an inhale. Exhale your knee to your nose. Shift forward. Try and touch. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Come forward, touch your right arm with your knee. As high up your arm as you can, lean in. Inhale, reach it up and back. And then one more time. Shift forward, touch your right arm. As high up your arm as you can. Try and pull the knee up higher. Pull it up. Oof. Reach the leg up and back, I know. And step your foot between your hands. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's supposed to be challenging, so. So that's good. It's good. It's working. It's working. Come on up. Okay, lifting up. Whoa, as I tip over through your hip bones. Melting the shoulder blades down. Stretch up through the fingertips. Take one more breath in your crescent pose. Inhale. Exhale to the twist. Bring your left hand to the floor or a block. Right, reach the right arm up. Press your back leg really straight. So back leg, yes. And then lengthen your heart forward. Take one more breath. And bring your top hand down. Take a moment. Step your front foot back. Find your plank. All right, so right hand comes a little forward. Tuck that elbow in so that when you put it on the floor, it's under your shoulder. Bring your big toes to touch. And spin to the pinky edge of your right foot. Yes. Reach the left arm up. Yeah. So breathe. Forearm Vashisthasana. Take the left hand, spin the palm overhead, and reach overhead. Yes. Like you're trying to touch the floor. Lift your hips. Reach for the floor. Yeah. And arm comes back up. Okay. Plank. Plant your left hand. Come back onto the balls of your feet. Try and press yourself back up. Plank. Now you can take a vinyasa or go straight to down dog or rest. For a breath or two on the child's pose. Yeah. Awesome, you guys. Nice, nice. Okay, so let's, from down dog, send the left leg up into the air. So same stretch. Lift the hip and the knee. Yeah. So peeling the left hip up away from the floor. Straightening the leg. Squaring your hips. Press the left thigh, right thigh. Sorry, your standing leg thigh. Press that back. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your nose, around the spine. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Touch your left arm with your knee. Above your elbow if you can. Touch knee. Touch your elbow with your left knee. Yeah. Your brain is like, wait. Come forward. Try it again. Yeah, and then see if you can pull your knee up a little higher. Try and lift it up. Lift the leg up and back. It may not cooperate. It's okay. And then step your foot forward. Between your hands. Whew. Okay. All right, so you take your recovery moments where you can. So here's one right now. Relax your shoulders. Bend your back knee a little bit. The whole front foot, especially the inside. Rooting down. Let's come on up. Yeah. All right, so Lifting the hip bones up. Oh, feel that stretch. Mount the shoulders away from your neck. And maybe you can start to lift the gaze, lift the chest, press the upper arms back a little bit. Yeah. All right, gently, slowly. Right hand to the floor or a block inside the left foot. Reach the left arm up and straighten the back leg. It wants to kind of sag into gravity. But of course, we're not trying to do that. Maybe look up. Take one more breath. Bring the top in. Step your front foot back. So you're in plank. So we got to do the other side of our forearm Bashistasana. So the left hand comes forward. Tuck the elbow in and down. Spin and reach. Right arm up. So just breathe here. Right? Find something in your face that you can relax. Turn the top hand forward and reach the right arm overhead. Lift the hips. Try and touch the floor out there. Ooh. Reach the top arm back up. Plant your right hand. Come onto the balls of your feet. Lift back up, plank. Vinyasa. Down dog. Child's pose. Ooh. Maybe you do a little bit of all of those. Right? My goodness. Okay. Breathe. Smooth out the breath. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna do down dog again. Do you need water? There's water. There's tiny little cups. Yeah, you're fine. There's nobody else in here. So. I mean, in that direction. Obviously, we're here, but we're over here. Okay, quick water break. Hold on. If you're at home and you're like, why are we stopping? Take a vinyasa. Yeah, it's cold. I know my tea is warm, which I don't know. I guess it's just a habit that I drink it, but I'm like, probably don't need hot tea right now. Probably not the ideal beverage. Okay, downward facing dog. Yes. All righty. Stretch back. Take an inhale. We're going to bring the feet to the hands. So as you exhale, step or float your feet to your hands. Yes. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, we fold. Utkatasana. Bend your knees. Reach your arms. Sit the hips back. Yeah. So again, separate the knees by squeezing your glutes. I mean, you can just push them apart, but they'll stay apart if you squeeze them. Yeah. Part of the job of your glutes is actually to kind of pull your knees apart, externally rotate your legs. All right, let's grab elbows up overhead. Yeah, grabbing opposite elbows. Usually what that does to me is make me stick my ribs out even more. So see if you can hug your ribs in a little bit and lengthen through the sit bones to the back edge of your mat. And then not to make your brain too crazy, but switch the cross of your arms. So put the other forearm on top. Yeah. Sometimes your brain doesn't agree with that. It's like, what? I don't know how to do that. Take one more breath. Maybe you can look up and see your arms. Don't crank your neck, but just see. Release the elbows. Reach up. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders. I'm getting sweaty and it's gonna make my hair curly. I got my hair cut yesterday and you blow dried it and it's all straight and stuff. And now I'm getting sweaty. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be all curly under there. Okay. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the hands. Vinyasa or don't vinyasa. It's totally up to you. You can lower down or go straight back to down dog. Good. Come back. Okay, let's send the right leg up into the air. Inhaling, exhaling, the foot between the hands. Step forward. And we'll come right up into warrior two, heel to heel. Windmill up. Yeah. Perfect. So we're engaging the glutes, right? So you feel your outer right hip kind of hug back and in. So first, straighten your front foot, tuck your heel in this way to the front foot. Okay, move, actually, so it's more, yeah. Okay. Yes, hello. Okay, I see a video now. That's exciting. Firm the legs. If you can, take your front knee and push it to the, yes. Fantastic. Okay, reach forward. Forearm to knee, arm up and over, just for a breath. Then we're gonna press into the back foot and lift ourselves up and take a reverse. Up and back. And then do that again, slowly. Come forward. Forearm to knee, top arm up and over. Press into the back foot, lift yourself up. Up and back. This time maybe we get a little lower. Arm comes inside, maybe to your ankle, maybe to the floor. Top arm up and over. And then up and back. Oh, yeah. And again, forward. Keep that knee wide, so elbow inside. That's it. Top arm up and over. Engage your glutes. Hug the belly to the spine. Roll the top shoulder back. Take one more breath here. Can you bend a little deeper into the front knee? Press into your back foot, lift up, one more reverse. Up and back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take a break. Well, sort of. Sweep the front leg back. You can take a vinyasa. You can go straight to down dog. You can rest in the pose of the child. Yeah, see how you feel. Okay. Back into your down dog. Yes, you're ready. Oh my goodness, right? Okay, so this next thing, you have a couple of options. Coming forward into plank. 2 ways to go. You can drop your right knee and spin open and do Bashasana this way, or bring the big toes to touch, come to the pinky edge. So either way, let's do it right now. Come on in. Roll the inner arm forward on the bottom arm, on your right arm. Spin the inner elbow forward. Try. Yeah. This part, try and wrap it forward. Yeah. Help turn even more your fingers out. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. And again, either vinyasa or downward facing dog. Yeah. All right. Let's do the other side. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Step it through. Back heel down. Windmill up. Warrior two. So again, that front knee wants to collapse. So we're going to try and keep it wide. Firm the outer left hip back. Yeah, and have a nice straight back leg. So we'll go in and out of this a couple of times. Come forward, forearm to knee. Sweep the top arm up and over. Let's lift up. Take your time, you don't have to rush it. But up and out into the reverse. Stretch back. And lift back up. And come forward. Arm up and over. Right back. Yeah, into the reverse. So one more, just in and out. Maybe this time the bottom hand, arm inside the leg to keep that knee wide. Up and over. And then back up. Into the reverse. And this time we'll stay. So up and over. So maybe your hand is on your ankle, maybe it's on the floor. Top arm up and over. It could also be on a block. You can keep your forearm on your knee. Right into the stretch. Pin the left hip back and under. Hug the ribs in. Right, press into the back foot, reach through the fingertips. All right. Maybe look up, last breath. Back up into your reverse. Press into the back foot, lift up. Stretch up and back. Oh. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Hands come down, step back. Take a vinyasa. Go straight to down dog. We still have our Vinyasa on the other side. Okay. Breathe. All right. Get more hair clipped in the clip. Very small. Okay. Down dog, really to plank pose because we have one more Vinyasa to do. So, right, as you come in, it helps if the bottom hand has a little turnout so that the index finger is just pointing straight ahead. It likes to kind of turn in. So just a little bit of a turn so the index finger is going straight out. Yeah. Then as you come in, it helps to set up that, again, that rotation that helps to stabilize the shoulder. So spin the inner elbow forward, shoulder away from your ear. And from there, spin and open up. Lift the hips. And to do top arm up and over, but it's okay. Breathe, one more breath, reach up, inhale. Exhale, bring it down, top hands to the floor. Taking a vinyasa, going straight to down dog, resting for a breath or two in the child's pose. Just see how you feel. Right, yeah. Good. Smoothing out the breath, relax your jaw, soften around your eyes, your shoulders, the base of the neck, really. Okay. So back into your downward facing dog if you're not already there. Let's send the right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine. Pull the knee forward. Step your foot between your hands. And warrior one. Back heel to the floor. Come on up. Yeah. So just drop your back heel down. And then scooch it over to the left a little bit, your back foot. Yeah, move it that way. Exactly. So you have a little space between your heels, side to side. Yeah. Okay. Then, hands behind, interlace, reach the knuckles back and down. Lift the chest up. Take a breath here. Hug the rib tips in. All right, we're actually coming into some Gomukhasana arms. We're gonna bring them, so keep your right arm back there. Sweep the left arm up and over. Maybe you can hook your fingertips. If not, you have your strap. You'll put it in the left hand and let it hang down. Yeah, so your right hand can grab it. Right, reach up. So you do want to get your hands as close as they'll go. Inhale, lift up, hug the ribs in. Exhale, come forward. So you're reaching your left elbow towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lift back up. Pin the right hip back. Exhale, go straight ahead. Pin the right hip back and in. Inhale, come back up. Yeah. One more time. Out, out, out. Hold it here. Pin the right hip under. Root the right big toe. Take one more breath. Press into your back foot. Lift up. Release the bind. Warrior one. Inhale. And exhale. let it go. Same options of taking a vinyasa, resting in the child's pose, going straight to down dog. Oof.
I have to blow dry my hair.
I'll go outside. All right, one more side. Still we have another thing to do, but but it'll be fun and stretchy. Okay, so let's do the other side. Reach your left leg up into the air as you inhale anyway, and then exhale, pull the knee forward, step. Land the back heel so it's a little to the right, and far behind, of course, but to the right of your left. We're trying to square off. Of course, the body generally disagrees with that idea, but right, we're trying to draw the left hip back and draw the right side forward. Mount the shoulders down. Yeah. Okay, let's do this first. Do the opposite interlace. You have the other finger on top, the other pinky under. Reach for the inseam of the back leg. Lift just up. Oh, stretch the shoulders. And then slowly to upright. Keep your right hand behind you, left hand behind you, and the right arm comes up and over. I was like, wait.
I don't need.
You don't need the strap on this side?
No, so.
Yeah, that's good. So this is the side that I actually need on. Because my right shoulders. Okay, square forward, hug the ribs in. Right, it's a big stretch. Lengthen up with the right elbow. Take an inhale. And exhale, go forward. Pin the left hip back. It wants to stick out. Inhale, come up. Yes, you guys. Pin the left hip back, go forward. Press into the back foot, lift up. One more time, last one. Come forward, forward, forward. Hold it here, lengthening forward as you pin the left hip back. Press the left big toe, the left inner heel. As you root through the right foot, take one more breath. Inhale, come up. Release the body, stretch up. Oh, maybe hands touch, inhale, exhale, all the way down. Step back through the vinyasa, or not, or it's up to you. You want to rest in the child's pose? Yeah, that's fine. Breathing. Okay. I just want to make sure that my battery is not gonna die. I think it's okay. Okay. It stops the video. Okay. Oof, I am sweaty. What time is it? All right. So, right, yeah. We're gonna try one more thing. That's a kind of, this isn't really true, but kind of in that, along the path that we were just following. So, if you're in down dog, you can step your right foot forward. If you're sitting like we are in here, just lift up and step your right foot forward. Have your strap handy. So we're gonna do a modified Vishramatrasana. We haven't done this in a while, so I figured why not. So bring your right hand inside your right leg. This is gonna get super exciting. Take a couple breaths to sink down and just get into the stretch. And I like to just do a little rolling of the back leg. Roll the outer hip down, roll it open so you feel the inner thigh, you feel the outer hip. Oh, this will be useful as we get into this pose. Okay, now, we need to kind of tuck under. So get your right arm underneath your leg and see if you can maybe push on your calf and tuck yourself under a little bit more. Yeah, it's very exciting. Okay, so strap is handy just in case. All right, see if you can, let's kick the left foot over to the right. Actually, let's do that. And then we're gonna sit back and see if you can pick your foot up off the floor and grab it with your left hand. So lean into your your right hand and like left knee. Yeah, yeah, and then try, yes. So if you can, you'll catch it over the top. This is where it gets really exciting. You're gonna try and kick your foot forward. Now this is a huge stretch. So if it feels like too much, then you put the strap, yeah, around your foot. Snuggle back under there. And then you can get the idea is that you're opening your chest and looking under your arm. Yeah. So take your arm, try and get your arm overhead. That's the hard part. There's a lot of hard parts of this, but that's definitely one of them. There you go, exactly. Just like we were doing earlier in that Warrior 2 when we came forward, except it's harder now. Except it's significantly harder now. Yeah, okay.
I always want to do that. I'm impressed. I just lifted the leg.
Yeah, every part of that is its own achievement. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, because even just getting your foot off the floor is an accomplishment. And then once you do that, then you're trying to, like, okay, now can I straighten it? Now can I open my chest? And then ultimately your back knee is off the floor and you're standing in like Warrior 1, Warrior 2 legs. Yeah. So, or leg because your front foot's off the floor. Okay, yeah. One pose at a time. So I'm gonna just face this way so my back isn't to the camera. But let's bring the left foot forward then. And feel free to take a vinyasa, do down dog. Left foot forward. And into the stretch, just take a moment or two and you can roll the back leg a little bit. Like we'll just, kind of rest and stretch before we head into Vinyasa. This pose is named after a sage named Vishwamitra. So it doesn't really, the name doesn't tell you anything about the pose. Sometimes they do, but not this one. Okay, so you're like, well, I think that's about as stretched as it's gonna get. So let's just do this dang thing. So tuck in. You wanna come inside the left leg and behind and under. Right, think about your leg coming over your shoulder. Inside, exactly, inside and under. So you're trying to get your shoulder, your leg to come over your shoulder, or your shoulder on the back of your knee. Got it. Which you may not be able to do, and it's fine, but you're just moving in that direction. So you can try pushing on your calf to tuck in a little more. Then plant your hand so that it's behind your front foot. And so you're gonna kind of roll the left hip a little forward and under so that you can start to open your chest and pick your foot up. Roll this way. Yes, exactly. Yes. And then, use the strap and wrap it around because that makes it easier. And it might help to bring your right foot just across your mat to the left side a little bit. Yes. Yeah, the back one across to the other side. Okay. And then the big push. Kick forward. Peel open. So it's combining like Vashisthasana, Utthita Parshva Konasana, the splits, I guess, in one fun pose. Named after a sage who I can only imagine was a super fun guy.
Standing like this the whole time.
I know, what kind of person are you if you get a pose like this named after him? I'm not sure. He's wild.
Wow.
All right. So take a break. Take a child's pose. Yeah. Good job. Oof. So eventually working towards getting the back knee off the floor. But that, you know, obviously is a journey. Like a lot of things, that was one of the things that I liked about yoga, even though after my first class, because I found it so, like, some parts I could totally do, and other parts I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, how are you doing that? And it just made me be like, okay, cool, like I want to do this. I want to be able to do those things and whatever. So it was fun, like not being able to, and then slowly over time being able to, one day, you know.
3 months I've gone so far ahead.
Yeah, it's nice, it's fun. So it's cool when you can't do stuff.
Supposed to not want to do it.
Yeah.
Want to do it.
So it's fun because it's like just gives you something to work towards. Like keeps your practice motivated. Keeps what we call our tapas or our agni, right? Like keeps that fire burning so that we come and like ready to go. So yeah, it's nice to. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever, it's not gonna, you know, get you closer to enlightenment if you can lift your butt up off the floor. But it's fun, and it's fun to try. So why not?
I'm going to the next level. Right?
Yeah.
I need to know how to do that.
Why not? Yeah. So it's a fun journey over time, right? And I have lots of students that have been with me for a while, and it's fun to watch the progression and not being able to being able to. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Okay, so let's do a couple of back bends just to kind of reset and get out of that Vishwamitrasana mode. So onto your back. I have to move my clip. That's going to stab me in the head. That's not going to feel good. Okay. So we'll start with bridge pose, and then if you want to progress into Urdhva Dhanurasana, either in here or my Zoom, feel free to do Urdhva, although you don't have to. Just see how your arms feel. Okay. So knees bent, feet flat. Let's lift those hips up off the floor. Lengthen through the tailbone. So we're trying to keep the low belly a little engaged, the low back lengthening. And we'll interlace the fingers under, tuck one shoulder under, tuck the other shoulder under. Can you get your spine off the floor? That's what we're trying to do. And then puff your chest. Stretching the chest, stretching the shoulders, maybe even your neck. Lengthen out through the back of the head. Keep your gaze neutral, right? Try not to turn your head as you're here. Puff the chest. Take one more breath. Bridge pose. It's so delightful. Slowly bring it back down. It's such a nice back bend. Okay, so feel free to do that again. It's glorious, and it's easier. And from an efforting perspective, it really is easier than Urdhva Dhanurasana. Urdhva Dhanurasana also requires a pretty big stretch here, which we've been working on actually. So if you like Urdhva, if you're like, oh my God, no, do bridge pose again. And switch the interlace. So you're putting the other thumb on top or the other pinky under, right? And then come on in and do those same things. Tucking the arms under. Breathe, right? Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Oh, you can do that. Okay. Yeah, but you don't have to do that. I can do the block.
I still don't have the strength, but I can do it with a block.
Under your hands?
Yes. It's
Oh,
so
okay.
weird, but I can do it.
No, the block, it makes space. It's nice. So turn your fingers forward. Yeah, so they'll kind of hang off the edge of the block and point towards your shoulders. So you can move the blocks closer to you, closer to your shoulders.
Funny, I can lift my head here.
Turn your hands around. So your fingers are pointing to me.
Yeah.
So your fingers are pointing this way. So they're like, yes. So you may want to scooch back or bring the blocks in towards you a little bit more. You know, like towards your shoulders. Yes, exactly. Yes, like that. You see, they don't want to stay. So on the top of your head, and then try and turn your hands more. So when you come up, here, I'll show you. When you come up, hop up here, and then you can like set your hands up, point your fingers in the right way, hug your elbows in, and then see if you can lift your head up on the floor. Yeah. And then you can land on the top of your head. Well, I don't know if you physically can, but okay. But it's an option if that's available to you.
Okay, well, I couldn't do this a month ago.
Right on.
Now I can do it at the last minute.
Yeah, baby steps, like everything. It's a different back bend, honestly, than bridge pose because your arms are, you know, fully, your shoulders are in full flexion, and it's like a huge stretch. Different from this one, clearly.
Yeah.
The work in the spine is the same, but it's a really different pose.
This is more up shoulders.
Yeah, and shoulders. But yes, definitely. Okay. Fun times. Let's hug the knees in. Phew, what time? Oh yeah, we gotta get cracking. I mean, get cracking on the relaxing. So let's take an easy twist right here. You can do the very one that we did at the beginning of class and just drop the legs over. If you're like, I want a little bit more, add a cross the right thigh on top of the left thigh and just drop them over that way. That should give you a little more. And if that's still not enough, just straighten the left leg out. Let your right knee just come down by itself. Let your left shoulder, no, that's your right shoulder be heavy. Stretch the chest. You can even, instead of having the arm straight out from your shoulder, just move it up, I don't know, like 5 or 6 inches from straight out and see how that feels. I get a really nice chest stretch here, so feel free to do that. All right, and we'll take our time, maybe uncross and then come back up to center. It's a little easier on your lower back. And then we'll cross up at the top and bring the legs over and see how side 2 feels. Right, let the top shoulder just relax down towards the floor. Your top shoulder, you know, your left shoulder, sort of top. And if you want to move the angle, you can just walk the hand up a little bit, just like 5 or 6 inches. And just see how that feels in your chest. Ooh, that's so tight. And then uncrossing to come back up, just so it's easier on your back. All right, nice. Let's send the heels up towards the ceiling and give the backs of the legs an easy stretch around the spine. Maybe turn the toes out and bring the legs out wide. All right, I did not put, let's see. I'm gonna grab, oh, there's 2 blocks here. I'm gonna borrow one of your blocks, please. I'm gonna give you that one. So we'll take our blocks, or block, you just need 1 block. Or actually yours are kind of skinny, so you could stack them up if you want to. And so as you lie on the floor, right, and you bend your knees, you have maybe a little lift in the lower back, but there's definitely a part of your hips that's solidly on the floor. So we just want to replace the floor with the block for that part of your hip. So that heavy part that's really solidly on the floor, just lift it up and put the block under that part. And then let that part rest solidly on the block. And then you stretch your legs out. And hopefully you feel like the heaviness of your hips is on the block. And if you're like, I don't know, it feels weird, you can scooch it. Yeah, it should feel kind of nice, exactly. So it's good. That's an indication that your block is in the right spot. And as I look at it, I think it is in the right spot too. All right, then And take your right knee, it doesn't matter, pick a knee and pull it in. And what we're after is not so much the knee coming in, but the stretch at the front of the hip on the other leg. So as you pull the knee in, it just tips your pelvis a little bit, and you get a nice, hopefully soft, hopefully feel good stretch at the front of your straight leg hip. So don't worry how close the knee gets. It's not about that, really. It's more about the stretch and the tipping of the pelvis. All right. I like this stretch. Let's switch sides. Pull the other knee in and send that leg out long.
What is this doing?
The block.
Yeah.
The block lifts the hips up away from the floor so that you can get this little angle a little bit more. And it just helps to open the front of the hip. Just lifts it up a little bit and helps extend stretch the hip flexor. So then as we pull the knee in, it tips the pelvis a little bit more, and then we get to stretch the hip flexor even more. But it's hopefully like just a kind of soft stretch. It's not very aggressive. Yeah, it's not a big aggressive stretch. Or at least I don't want it to be. Yeah, I want it to just feel like, because we're getting towards Shavasana and, intensity is done.
It's amazing.
Isn't it? I know, this is one of my favorite things. Such a nice, like, calming, and just, that's nice. That's all right, and then because we didn't really give ourselves upside down time, if you like, you can pull the knees in and just send the feet up. And now with our hips on the block, we get this nice angle down from the hips to the heart to the head. And we can drain some fluid out of the legs. It's good. Although we did a nice practice, so hopefully our leg circulation is pretty good right now. But, right, it's just nice to reverse the flow of gravity. Reverse the pull of gravity on your body. Right? Obviously gravity is just gravity all the time, but we can change our angle and reverse.
This is making my legs straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the block is a little bit easier on the hamstrings. Yeah. And then you can just kind of feel everything drain out of your legs. And it's just gives your heart a little bit of easier job getting the blood to your head. And yeah, it's nice. It's soothing. Even soft inversions like this, where the hips are just slightly elevated, you get all the benefits of being upside down, all the way upside down. All right, well, you could keep legs up the wall for Shavasana, if you like, or you don't have to do that. We'll bring the feet back down onto the floor. Slide the block out from under, let the hips come down. So then, feel free to relocate to a wall and just do that at the wall for Shavasana, or we'll stay and you can do a lying flat on your back Shavasana. But before we do that, take a moment to just hug the knees in, maybe rock gently side to side. And if you like happy baby, now's a nice time for that. Or any other last little stretchy things that you want to do before you head to Shavasana. Or if you want to move to a wall, that's fine too. I would recommend putting a strap around your legs for legs up the wall. All righty, as you're ready, we'll extend the legs. Yeah, just coming into whatever shape will serve you best for Shavasana. So you want legs out long, right? Just classic legs, arms. You can also Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, maybe putting your blocks under your thighs. Just allowing everything to soften. Right? Let your body relax. Soften the shoulders down. Relaxing your neck, your throat. Softening around your mouth, your jaw, around your eyes. Relaxing your forehead. We'll take a couple minutes to rest. Rest in Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bringing your awareness back into the body. Brush your fingertips with your thumbs. Wiggle your toes. And if you like, you can take a stretch. One big stretch. Hugging the knees into the chest one last time here too. Into our fetal position. Kapanasana, roll into the right side. And gently pressing the floor away, coming up to seated. And as you come to sit, let's just close the eyes, sit comfortably. Sit up tall and just take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice the effects of your practice. And bringing the palms to press at the heart. Snuggle the thumbs to the sternum. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bowing the chin. Grateful as always, grateful for this beautiful practice. Grateful for all the goodness, all the joy, all the benefits it brings. And if there's something in particular that you're feeling grateful for today, go ahead and add that to the list, right? And just allow yourself to feel grateful. All right. Thank you so much for practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, you too. Let me check in here. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. I know, making you do some work. Like, get up.
Thanks, girly.
You're welcome. Good to see you. Right? I know, me too. All right. Have a fantastic day.
You too.
Stay
Good
cool.
show, girly. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'll see you. Bye.